I have revolutionized fishing in Genshin Impact. This easily makes it onto the top 3 greatest glitches of all time in the game. Using the fishing rod as a weapon. I have always wanted this to be possible, and while hunting for glitches with everyone's favorite sassy gadget, sumeru, I stumbled upon the dream come true. It's just so beautiful. A bit like Zelda's weapon fusing system. Well, sort of. We've things to test and enemies to beat up with this fishing rod. But first, let's have a look at this video's sponsor. The internet is vast like the sea, and us carefree surfers may not always know what's nibbling at the line we've cast. We should protect it from the threats that lurk. And what better way to do that than with Surfshark VPN. Surfshark keeps you safe online no matter where you connect from. Browse on public Wi-Fi, send and receive files, even access sensitive information like banking, and know that Surfshark is keeping you safe with their military-grade encryption. I like using it to access geo-restricted content on streaming platforms, because more content, always better. Not available in your country? Then just digitally teleport to somewhere else. One Surfshark account can be used on unlimited devices. With over 3,200 servers in more than 100 countries, Surfshark always has a secure place for you to connect to. Make the move to protect your data. Get 3 extra months free with my promo code Musashi. Scan the QR code on the screen or use the link in the description. There's even a 30-day money-back guarantee. So let's start with my absolute favorite thing about this glitch. That of course be archers knocking the entire fishing rod on their bowstring and aiming it like a gosh darn ballista. Go on, say her name. I'd caution you not to forget the madam. Seriously, this is hysterical. It unfortunately doesn't shoot the fishing rod when the archer fires, but the illusion is enough. Not to mention, these aiming stances are simply fantastic. I especially like the short mail stance. This is the start of General Garrou's brilliant plan to weaponize Watatsumi Island's fishing industry. Kokomi remains doubtful of the prospects. While archers may not shoot the fishing rod, there is one character who does send it flying. Enter our resident fishing hobbyist, Toma. That crazy move where he kicks his weapon in a straight line, somehow. It's very hard to see with the bright attack effect, but if we slow down the footage, we're able to see that, yes, Toma kicks the fishing rod and launches it. I suppose that means the game really does consider the fishing rod a weapon. If it didn't, we'd be seeing Toma still holding it after he kicks the polearm away. But nope, it goes flying right alongside it. Polearm characters are just super awesome with this glitch. I mean, it doubles the length of their weapon and aligns perfectly with it. I really like the look of this with Favonius Lance. Finally, Yao Yao has a proper weapon and not that twig she swings. Her losing balance while attacking now makes a lot more sense. But her sudden Jedi powers? Not so much. As you may have noticed, the fishing rod is permanently active. It does not vanish when the character puts away their weapon. They carry it with them as they walk around. They'll hold onto it while climbing, and the same is true for gliding. Even when swimming, it's present. Which leads to some oddities if you happen to try things that change your character's animation by, say, using a gadget. It looks a little more reasonable with the Traveler. Were that a violin, this wouldn't look half bad. When testing various characters who use different weapons, I wasn't too impressed with Claymore characters. The fishing rod just pokes out from the Claymore, and it somehow looks more awkward than it does with swords. But Sayu is an exception. Yeah, that's cool. This seems excessively violent. Sayu, we're not spearfishing. Moonstringer complements many characters well. Can't say the same for certain weapons, but I suppose it's not all bad with Nilou's cricket bat. Might look better if I were using Wilderness Rod, like I did for Garou, or better yet, Wishmaker, which matches the color scheme perfectly. But enough of picking on smaller enemies. Let's go challenge a boss. Unfortunately, the glitch ends if you try to enter a domain, so the majority of weekly bosses are off limits. This tends to be the case for all graphical glitches, similar to the expression swap we covered in an earlier video. Can teleport freely across the map you're currently on, but if you attempt to change maps, bye-bye glorious glitch. Normally, this is where I would go beat up the wolf, because he's always my punching bag for all sorts of experiments. But there's a far more appropriate boss to battle instead. So Mr. Wolf, you're off the hook this time. Let's go fish us an oceanid.
Pure water can take on many forms. In this way, shall water deliver...
Some interesting trivia about this glitch. When it's active, the game believes you're still fishing. Because of that, there are limitations. For example, some menus are inaccessible. The reason I'm using keyboard and mouse at the moment is because settings is one of those menus. You may have also noticed the change character interface missing in certain clips. That's another quirk that temporarily gets carried over because that's hidden while fishing. You'll see what I mean after the Oceanid fight. Look closely when Nilou appears on screen after the fight.
As long as rain falls and rivers flow.
Alright, we've covered different characters and weapon types. We've covered a wide array of actions. We've seen the fishing rod in combat. But what about the other stuff? And by other stuff, I mean vehicles. Yes, Seabreeze is a vehicle. See my YouTube Shorts video about how she's just a reskinned wave rider that flies. Surely this is going to end the glitch. Well, I'll be. Not gonna lie, that looks like a pretty sick setup. The traveler kicking back in the captain's seat, feet on the dash and cool beverage in hand. Just chillin' in his boat, fishing rod out the window, waiting for a bite. My dudes, trolling. No, really, that's what they call this method of fishing with your line in the water while the boat moves. Not to be confused with trawling. That's one vehicle down. What about... Ho ho! This is better than I had hoped. Seabreeze looks like she's ready for some good old chivalric jousting. Or maybe playing a prankster. Come on, step forward and get tripped. If only there were a way to actually go fishing as Seabreeze. Anyways, that's the fishing rod as a weapon. A cool graphical glitch I've unfortunately not been able to replicate since the version 3.7 update. But I'm doing my best to try and get it to work again. Because there's a few other things I'd like to show. Do make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the shenanigans. This is Musashi, signing off. Till next time.